The Lucky Fairy. Have you ever heard about the Lucky Fairy? If you have not, well, I must tell you about her. The Lucky Fairy lives in a tiny cottage just by the Lucky House. In the Lucky House grow hundreds of little lucky charms which fairies wear around their neck. I have never been inside the Lucky House, but I know all about it. The Lucky House has a round room with yellow shelves. On the shelves are put thousands of tiny pots. The only window is in the roof, and through this roof, the sun shines on the little pots. You will see a fire burning in the middle of the floor. Sitting by the fire are 4 black cats. The lucky charms grow in those little pots, and on the 7th day of the 7th month, they are ready to be collected. These are the lucky charms that every fairy may have once in a year. They could be rainbows, lucky pennies, ladybugs. Most of the fairies wear these lucky charms in a fancy silver necklace. For years and years, the lucky fairy had managed her work beautifully. It was very easy work. Then, one day, something happened. A mouse came into the lucky house. The room was dark, except for the flames, of course. The little mouse did not see the 4 black cats sitting by the fire, but the cats saw the little mouse at the same time. The cats were following the mouse all over the shelves, and one by one, the lucky charm spots were falling into the floor. The next morning, the cats met the lucky fairy at the lucky house. "Oh, lucky fairy," they said, "last night a tiny mouse came, and when we chased it all over the room, 48 pots were broken. Unfortunately, 48 charms are destroyed." "What an awful thing," said the lucky fairy. "I must go to the queen and ask her for more lucky pots." The next morning, the lucky fairy and the queen met at the castle. Fortunately, the queen had enough pots to share with the lucky fairy. The pots were taken to the lucky house, and the lucky fairy placed them on the shelves. The 48 new charms that the queen gave to the lucky fairy have grown just as well as the other. There was again the 7th day of the 7th month, and the lucky fairy gave to the other fairies their lucky charm. When the last fairy left, the lucky fairy looked down into her basket in astonishment. She counted the charms she had there and found that there were 37 lucky charms left. "Oh no, I have counted wrongly." The lucky fairy took one of them and put it around her neck, then the other one, then the other one, and suddenly she found herself wearing the 38 lucky charms, including hers. It was not long before very good luck came to the lucky fairy. The next rainbow that came into the sky rested just by her cottage. She also found a crock of gold, and a bunch of very handsome princes want to marry her. And people start to wondering how the lucky fairy has such marvelous things happening to her. But one day, One of the cats realized that the lucky fairy has kept all the lucky charms for herself. The cats made a short visit to the queen. Your Majesty, there was a mistake with the pots. There were 37 charms extra left, and Lucky Fairy took them for herself. At once, the queen sent a message to the Lucky Fairy to go and meet her at the castle. They met in the big salon that day. "You have kept far too many lucky charms for yourself," said the queen. "Please forgive me," said the Lucky Fairy. "What can I do to compensate my failure?" "You should quit all your lucky charms," said the queen, "and then take them to the worlds of boys and girls. You must find a good place to hide them, so only people that are looking for luck can have them." And that is what the Lucky Fairy did. She hid 38 charms all over the world. Next time, when you walk around, just be super careful, because you may find a shining silver necklace with the lucky charm.